first thing I asked you, did you check the breaker yet?
And the breakers were stowed inside the building. I don't even have a key to that building. Okay?
I could do that after.
Can you hear me, Judge?
Yeah, we got about 4 minutes and we'll wait. This clock says 10 and we'll get started.
I do have solenoid out on the other one, though.
Okay, Shannon, you ready?
Wake up, Shannon.
Shannon,
Wake up, Shannon.
Courtney, call him in a minute.
You want me to start the recording for you?
If you don't mind. Where's the button at? You got it?
There's the, is that it? Recording, it's down, you put it down there. Oh.
Hearing anything is what Shannon said. Right, the man?
Unmute her. There you go.
Go to.
We don't want to leave.
Oh, it's already recording. That says stop recording.
Okay.
Shannon said he wasn't hearing anything. Can you hear us?
I can hear y'all downstairs through John's computer.
Okay.
Okay, we're gonna get started this Monday, January 24th, 2022. It's about 10:01 a.m. and this is a special report. I'm gonna call it to order. We have a quorum and acknowledge any guests here today. And I'll open it up for public hearing.
Shannon says he's not hearing anything.
Everything's blue.
Your mouth.
You see it? Shannon says he's not hearing anything.
Yes, sir.
He's working on it.
I can hear it.
Froze up. Keena says she can hear it.
Christie says she can hear it.
His mic is mute. I don't know if.
I just tried it.
Mine's still not working out, that's why I'm here. Everything's adjusted on my end. Still not here. I can see y'all, but can't hear.
Shannon aware of it?
Oh, yes.
I can hear y'all.
Yes, that's why I'm here. I told him I just started attending till it got fixed.
Okay.
I can hear it. I just joined. I just ended it though. It says volume turned up on his computer.
Courtney, I can hear y'all.
Okay, that's John. John
Yeah.
Harris.
Carry on.
Okay, hearing no public comment from anybody, so I'm gonna close that. And number one is to deliberate and consider action on the following items. And number one is consider if appropriate, accept and approve March the 1st, 2022, Public and Democrat joint primary election poll location, date, time, and voting, and schedule branch early voting. So, Ms. KK, you want to tell us what you got there?
Yes, sir. I'll give you a handout of this. It just gives you the important dates, which be the first day to apply for ballot by mail, which was January the 1st. The last day to register to vote is January the 31st. First day of early voting is going to be February 14th, and the last day to apply for a ballot by mail would be February the 18th. Last day of early voting is going to be February the 25th, and of course, election day is March the 1st. Upon y'all's approval, of course, by law, we are going to be early voting from February the 14th through the 25th, excluding the Monday, which would be the holiday that's that following Monday. I do want to point out, though, that the times are different. We are no longer allowed to be open just on normal business hours. We have to be open at least 9 hours, so we'll have to be open from 8 to 5. The branch early voting would be the same times. They would be 8 to 5 on the normal work days. And then we're proposing that February the 19th, which is Saturday, we have extended voting from 9 to 7. And on Sunday, the 20th of February, we would be voting from 12 to 7. And that's to allow the people that, work out of town or work off, they could actually go and early vote on those 2 days on that weekend.
don't see anything in here about, yes, think you had mentioned to you a couple of times about trying to get a place in there. Did you attempt to get anything?
Yes, sir. I spent almost a whole day riding around trying to talk to people and looking in Gist. And for this election, we were not able to come up, I was not able to come up with anything acceptable for that area. I have talked to a few of the citizens. The feed store is not an option because of the condition of the feed store. The floor is falling in, so it's not safe. The only other place is the drive-through liquor store, which is not an option. I didn't know if there was like a young lady or a woman that maybe had like a little portable building that did hair. You know, a lot of your little areas will have something like that. So I just rode around looking, talking to people, trying to find a place. And unless somebody actually would have been willing to open their home, which you've got to be very careful doing that as well, there's just nothing that we can do about Gist right now. I will be getting with y'all a little later and see if we can come up with something for that area. I just don't know what to do about this time.
Do we have any land over?
None that I'm aware of.
I couldn't find anything because I looked at that, you know.
How big is the feed store parking lot?
He's got enough property there, we could settle a building or a 10 or something on, you know. But, and I'm sure Tom had let us, but, right now, he is sick. You know, he's got problems to begin with. And he's confined to a wheelchair, but he's actually running some temperature. I don't know if he's got COVID or not, but I wasn't able to visit with him. I would love to have seen something.
How many miles are people driving?
15, one way.
So they gotta come all the way out and go down to Maurice-ville and then back to Deweyville?
Right.
And there's nothing in the law that will allow, because there's churches, there's buildings that are just on either side, but
They're not in
You
Newton
can't-
County.
right, they have to be in New
Oh,
York.
I understand that, yeah.
So I exhausted everything at this point.
I don't know what else we can do.
Go rent the building, put their little generator to it and.
That's probably what should have been done.
Well, I mean, it ain't too late to do that. You got 2 months to do that. Got a month.
Well, you got till the 15th,
Yeah.
February.
2 weeks.
Well, early voting would not be offered,
Right.
so
Early voting would not be offered there.
no, they would still have to go to the sub-courthouse
Yeah,
for early voting.
Yeah, you're only voting in 2 different, early voting in
Newton, Deweyville.
Newton or Deweyville.
They're included with the early vote for the sub-courthouse at Deweyville.
Yeah,
Could you use a travel trailer if you built a ramp, handicap or?
Well, see, that's the issue. I mean, to me, I wasn't able to come up with anything for this election.
Mhm.
I was trying to figure out something more permanent.
Right.
Would you like to see one over there?
Well, I mean, if we could come up with something.
We'll come up with something, but you want to put one over there.
That's entirely up to y'all. I mean, I think that you might want to go look at the feed store, and
No, we'll just put
To
some building out
me-
there.
it's not a workable.
No, we'll just put something out there. What you want to do? How many people's over there?
do you not have any idea? I would guess it's probably between 75 and
And
100.
only half of them will vote.
Well, less than half's gonna vote if we don't give them a place to vote except Deweyville. Because I think we'd get a lot more voters if we had a place there than to, because any direction they go is not Deweyville for business
Right.
or job or anything.
Right. Well, they had no use to come there. They have no reason to come there.
No,
Kind of like the people at the lake.
yeah.
People don't have any reason to come to Nato, Leesville, or Jasper. I'll help you do anything you want to do. I'll put that in there.
There where the, Mauriceville Mud has their, water tank and everything, seems like they have a good bit of property there, and Mr. Hayquist has always been very agreeable. You know, that's right there on the Old Champion, it's not far off 62,
Right.
might be a possibility.
Yeah, that's true.
I'll, my name is Jeremy Walton, I'm the Assistant General Manager of Mauriceville Mud. And, I don't mind going and asking our General Manager Brad to see, we've already started to clear off that side property because eventually we're gonna do some expansion
Do they
there.
have power there?
We do not have power there.
Generator?
We
So,
got a generator.
Huh?
We got a generator.
Yeah.
so I don't mind asking and see if something would come up for the regular election, if you'd like me to.
I mean, I don't mind if you ask if, you know, we would like to accommodate. I don't feel like the feed store is a good place. The Circle Drive, I mean, it's muddy, it's holy, it's just, to me, it's a hazard for the voters. So if we could find somewhere else.
Well, we could do a little work at the parking lot, right?
Well, I am in progress to try to put in some culverts there, process to put in some culverts.
I know for temporary though, we could put a few loads of something there at that parking lot, right?
Yeah,
Okay. I'm just trying, I'm gonna get out of there.
county road runs right beside the
Yeah.
store and the culverts and the muddy areas. I'm replacing culverts on that street right now.
I'm willing to help, so there you go. And I know they'll help you. How far is the mud from there?
Literally just right across the tracks.
Oh,
Yeah, it's about a quarter of a mile down the Old Champion Road.
It's on Old Champion, that's where the majority of your voting base lives, on Old Champion.
Oh, it's easy to get to and
Yeah, it's right on the road.
Is there any provision that the state would give to have a location, like in Orange County? I'm also the pastor of New Cherry Grove,
No, it has to be, yeah.
because and we own that 5K Ministries that used to be Oakwood right there at Skeeter Drive, that's our outreach.
Yes, because I looked at that, but
I
not
would,
Newton County.
I would offer it to you if there was a provision that the state would allow, so.
Because I did, I've researched all of that because I knew that there were places, but they're not in Newton County.
Yes, ma'am.
So unfortunately, only two businesses are the feed store and the drive-through liquor store, and that's, you know, obviously not an option.
Who owns the old liquor store that's closed down?
That I don't know.
it's just in too bad a shape. Parking lot, need to be cleaned up. Cleaned up.
Yeah, I mean,
It's closed up.
it's just not a workable thing right now.
Well, like I said, I don't mind going back today and getting with our general manager and just asking him by chance if, you know, and if you just let me know who I need to contact back with an answer, I'll try to see if I can't find something out.
Okay, thank you.
what do you think, Danny? You think we're gonna make an extra effort to try to get them a place?
I was thinking about the workers being in there without a restroom and, you know,
They-
do like a portable building or something like that.
Yeah, they can't. I mean, they have to have a restroom.
I think if we found the area and tried to make the preparations, you know, I mean, I want to accommodate them, of course, but, want to make sure that it's not, you know, just a drive-by vote thing. Where they can at least, the workers, they're gonna be there for, what, 12 hours? So it's just one day, right? It'll just be one day.
It's doable. You wanna do it, we'll do it.
there's a way to, I mean, there's a way to do it, I mean, definitely wanna.
Don't think on a county level, because if you think on a county level, you're gonna talk yourself out of it. Don't think about the county doing it. Think about somebody doing this for somebody.
I know you probably talked to Mr. Hamilton down there too, and he's probably trying to help you find a way to as well.
Yes, and
He's the one who knows really the whole area down there. I know there's a,
because we talked about it, that, you know,
right, but
I mean, if we could do it right here at his place, is right across the street. Is that Newton County? No?
no.
No, the mud's not Newton County?
The mud is.
yes.
The mud is, but it's,
The mud,
it's, I mean, you can throw a rock to his church literally, but,
Yeah.
you know, but
His
what you
church.
have is there's a whole nother.
But he mentioned the mud, right?
yeah, the mud, yeah.
You know, when you go down to 821 and cut back through, that whole addition back there's on Newton County as well.
Yes.
Yes. And it's a triangle, there's 3 counties, and, that place where they have land there for the mud would be, I don't know, when you're talking about the generator and stuff, does it have to be humid, I mean, climate control or anything, it has to be all of that?
Yes. And I have spoken with Mr. Hamilton and several others down there, and they were in agreement that we would try to work on something for a more permanent, you know,
Give the job to me.
situation to resolve that.
Give the job to me. Be done with it. You want to take?
I want them to have a facility that's safe for them to go in and vote. I mean.
Okay. So you're for putting it, now you think it's enough people down there for us to do it for those people down there, just like we do for everybody else around here, correct? Okay.
If no one else in that county is going 15 miles to vote,
Okay. Then I need you to say, we want a place to put there.
as long as it passes all their approval and it's something
Okay.
decent for them to vote, and that's what.
Okay.
So in the list of voting boxes that Mr. KK's got here, is there any other discrepancies y'all think of or see?
That area already has a box, so right, that's not like it's running a bunch of, they already have their box, so we just need to do.
Yes, they do, but ballot prep and everything is not allowed to be separated out, so. I don't know.
They can still vote in either place. If we
No.
put a box there, no?
No, because we do not do
Early voting, Ms. Ken.
the electronic, so they could actually vote there and at Deweyville. They could vote twice. And see, ballots have already been prepped and they were not separated out to be their own box, so I don't know what we're gonna do about that.
How long have they been voting in Deweyville since we moved the courthouse, into the courthouse at 19? That's my problem with that, is a lot of people aren't gonna know you don't go to Deweyville anymore. I mean,
Yeah,
I'd like to have a time frame for them, give them proper notification, let them know what we're trying to prepare to do, and that's just my opinion.
and this came up last election too. And, we were gonna try to find something over there. We was gonna try to fit it in, but we didn't do it. Okay. We let it go this time.
I'm here to say that I can make it happen.
Well, she's done made the.
Oh, I'm just saying. I'm just saying, it don't have anything to do with the building or the water or the sewer
Okay,
or a location.
I understand.
Okay.
All right.
So long-term, sound like there is enough people to be concerned about getting a permanent place. I know, timing is somewhat, like she was saying, need to notify everybody, make sure that
Yeah, but you could go down there and you could put a sign at the.
Yeah,
end of that road.
I'm not saying not do it now. I'm just telling, my opinion is, long-term, we still can look at something, to permanent.
We looked at it, I thought we were gonna look at it this past 4 years to try to make something
Who
happen.
brought it up? Did we
I know.
discuss it in court?
Yeah, I thought we did.
Yeah, we did. I talked about
What was the
The
outcome?
ballot's already made to would be feasible this time.
They're already included with.
Well, I was just listening to the whole conversation and sound like there is a concern about people eventually having a place down there.
Yeah.
You know, if it was my community and I had a concern, I wouldn't want to drop it. And I would understand that it's kind of late a little bit if that's what I was told. But I'd like to think that eventually y'all was gonna get me a place. That's where
I
I'm
would
at.
hope so.
Why don't we see this gentleman, still see if we can do it? in the
Have we got any
future?
property down there? Lincoln County have any property down there? Any buyout property?
I don't think we do.
Not in there. I can guess.
Got any donated?
No, I'm not aware of.
And when I said they've been there since 19, didn't mean stay that way. I was just saying, there's a lot of people who become accustomed to that. So I need to make sure that they would know when it changes and how it changes. Of course, it would have to be handicap accessible as well. I don't know the guidelines that you have to do, KK, on a building for that.
It's the same as everything else.
Okay.
It probably won't help right now, but I think we're missing a bunch of votes by not having one there and not being publicized. It's probably too late to do it, but we should have done it earlier.
So we gonna still consider the property that he's talking about. Is that a good location?
I think we need to find a piece of
His is in a good location if he's got enough property there to let us put something there.
Well, I recommend we keep that on the table and as far as consideration, work toward getting it done. You know, we let it fall through the cracks the last time apparently.
Yes. You know, thanks for working with him, generator.
Got any grant application? Okay. I'll make the motion to effect of whether you want it or whether you don't want it, or more discussion. Let me know.
I make the motion, we set as it is.
Second for the town, but I recommend we plan to have that done by the next election.
What's the next election, May?
Yes, sir.
That'll be enough time.
It is for me.
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, that's plenty of
I'll jump on the truck with you. I'm gonna have my dump truck right behind yours.
Okay.
I'll make it done.
Yeah.
We just don't need to let it fall through. We shouldn't have had this conversation. Because if we brought it up before, we should have never dropped it.
I agree.
Okay, so we're gonna try to get ready by May, right? May's the next election.
That's fine.
You got enough land, you gonna see about a piece of property? That you let us mooch it on, you know?
Yeah, I'll get with Brandon today.
Or we'll find a piece of property, Gene. I really wish you'd find this piece of property. Don't you agree?
I agree. Make it permanent.
Unless
It
we
need
need
to be
right.
permanent.
Well, who owns that old liquor?
I'm not saying that ain't a good spot, but I'm just saying
No,
that,
that's okay.
but I'm just saying we probably need,
I'm thinking in my head too, if there's any
yeah.
property
Gene?
in there, so.
You know who owned the old liquor store?
Yeah. No, who owns the liquor store?
The old one.
No.
I think you know. I think we know who owns that.
Oh, we do? Yeah.
Can we talk to them? Is it a good spot?
It's right there
I
on
think
the highway.
that's one of the only places I ain't stopped and bought beer, so I'm not
Where,
remembering.
Well, it's closed down. It's where they throw all the junk out. It's cluttered junk right now.
is it in Newton County?
Yeah, I know it's Newton, ain't that the first place you could stop, coming from Buena before? Yeah. I can't remember exactly where it's at, but yeah,
I don't know.
it's a little pipe, goes across that road.
Oh, okay.
It's just a little
Yeah,
sliver.
it's.
The
some
back of
other
the store,
building.
probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I know where it's at.
Yeah, it's not very, it's
Yeah,
just
and
a
it's a
little.
pile of junk right now.
This right here.
Yeah, I didn't
I
realize it.
think they would need to.
Oh.
It's not
They
like
have
that
flooded.
facilities. It would be easy to convert
Like, I know several lanes.
and clean. I don't know, it'd be easy to clean up. Yeah, I'll check into it.
I think Little Trout, I think those voters need a place.
Have a restroom.
I mean, it's no different than doing a rear gate.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I ain't got no problem at all.
Jamestown, you know what I'm saying? I
We need
mean,
to make sure that we follow through with
Yeah,
it.
we've always had one there at the feed store. We just got where we didn't manage. We didn't try to push it at all. I know I went and hunted people.
is it something we can do there at that feed store? No.
No, he's gonna rebuild the feed store. He said he built his area up. He said he's gonna build a new feed store right beside it.
Okay,
So he is trying.
okay.
You gotta know Tom.
I don't know.
No.
Do we have access to any of those FEMA trailers like y'all put behind my office before? Because when you look at one of those, they're handicap accessible, they have your central air and heat, they have your restrooms. And if that falls through with the mud, if something by their policy, we can't do that, we could at least kind of look at someone with a little bit more land, but if we found an old FEMA trailer, you know.
I know where there's two that's fixing to come up for sale.
Well, I mean, something like that, if,
Yeah.
you know, and I'm thinking of trying to go through all the rules that KK has. You know, like to build a ramp up to it, if that's all the county had to do for that, that would be huge, you know. I think that would be our whole answer there.
That old feed store that old liquor store, you know where it is?
Are y'all talking about the old gas station?
It was a service station.
Yeah, you call it the old liquor store, but I was like.
I didn't know it was an
Yeah,
old
but
liquor
yeah,
store either.
but there, I mean, right before it closed down, I was in it, I couldn't believe it was still standing, so it would have to be level. You probably need to put something there.
It's pretty.
I mean, it was in very bad shape last time I was in there, that's been a few years back.
There's no place in none of those communities. There's got to be a place in the
You would
middle of
think
those
there'd be a
communities.
church there, but there isn't.
The churches are out on the, and like I said. you
They're
go
on both
park-
sides, but they're both in the, one's in Jasper and one's in.
No, I'm talking about there's got to be a piece of property somewhere in the middle of that community. Somewhere in there,
Oh, I'm sure it is.
somewhere in there.
And there's someone down there who may sell a lot. I mean, but in my opinion, if we're gonna move something there, to me, a FEMA trailer would be ideal because it is everything, is that right, KK, that you would require? And that way it's mobile. If something happened and we wanted to move that out of that location or something happened, I mean, but if we could find someone with one lot that wanted to sell it, and I know it's one day every 4 years to do it, but maybe put the lights on vacation or something. But you can't let those people in there for 12 hours with no bathroom.
Well, you say you use it one time a year, but it's very likely if you had it there, more likely you would probably use it more than that.
What would you use it for then?
Well, it could be a disaster, flood, I mean,
Yeah,
hurricane.
meeting places,
I mean,
something like that,
there could be a general meeting
You
area.
said it was a pod for their.
A pod, you could put a pod
Yeah,
there,
I mean, I was
deliver
thinking
water, you
that's
could, there's a tons, hundreds of things you can
But then
use.
you have presidential elections every
Yeah,
2
I
years.
mean, every 2 years you have some kind of election. But if we could find something like that, I think that would remedy all the problems. It wouldn't be just something thrown together for that community. It would be something that would be nice for the people to
It
have.
would be nice to have something like that, even,
Yes. If we could find something like that, you know, and like I say, mine that was behind the old stuff court, or the one that was used for my office behind the old stuff courthouse. It had like 2 rooms in it and, you know, it had the AC and the heat in there. and have a little kitchen area for if those people wanted to make coffee or whatever they want to do.
I got one at
Keep all
Toledo
the
Bend.
appliances or whatever, but you can do it.
I got one at Toledo Bend.
All right.
Remember what I told you about them trailers you was renting down there for all them years down there in Deweyville? Told you we should have bought one of them.
Yeah, we should have had at least a lease purchase on them, but we didn't.
Okay, motion been made by Mr. Benson, and second Mr. White, that we accept and approve March 1st, 2022 Republican Democrat joint primary election poll places, dates, times, and voting and schedule ranks early voting. Is there any more discussion? Not all in favor, say aye. Same sign, opposed, hearing none. Unanimous vote. Hear motion to adjourn.
So moved.
Or a second?
Oh, second.
Motion been made, Mr. White, was it? And second, Mr. Crombie, adjourned at 10:31.